what's up, Roxstars? It's Rox, and I am coming to you today with a review for Love and Hip Hop Miami Season 3, the season finale. So let's get to it, shall we? All right, you guys, so the show opens with Trick and Trina doing a radio show. I had no idea that they were doing a radio show, but they actually seemed like they were pretty good at this. I said, okay, maybe you guys might have something. You know, it's time for, some of our more seasoned artists to start to parlay their careers into something else, something that can be a little bit more long-term, that doesn't take a whole lot off of you, and let the kids do the music now and let's do something else. So this radio show might be a good idea. Trina's happy that Trick is bouncing back, even though he's had some legal issues. She kind of feels like he's finally on the right track right now. So she's feeling good about where her and Trick are. When we rewind to the first season, they've come a long way. Okay, so they're talking about the trip, and she was like, well, my family loved your food, it was all good time, but what was going on with you and Joy? Because she saw Joy, and Joy looked like she had been crying, and Trick was like, I went to her room, and, we had like this real deep, intense conversation, and, she just was so upset. I told her I was sorry, and Trina was like, you said you were sorry? He said, yeah, I was sorry for like whatever I did ever in our marriage to, to hurt her. I was sorry about it. And Trina was like, I can't believe you actually said sorry. She was just like, well, maybe you guys just need to sit down and talk to each other. Trick Daddy is one of those men that seem to have a hard time showing their feelings. Might be having all of these feelings on the inside, but don't really show it, because in the next scene, we see Joy go over to the house, he's cooking, and she comes over and she has, some healthy foods. She gonna make a shake for him. Okay, Trick look like he's a whole bunch of things, but he don't look like he's a shake drinker. Unless you could, put some collard greens and macaroni and cheese and some sausage links in there and blend that shit up. So yeah, he ain't really trying to feel that. So while they sitting there, she trying to, it's this whole little banter. Actually, this scene went on way, way, way too long. I was just like, when is it going to end? She tells him that she got somebody coming over. And he was like, who? And she was like, well, I don't even have to really ask because this is still my house. Okay, so look at you laying claims. Y'all, I'm telling you, this Trick and Joy situation, I'm just like listening to it. And I was just like, girl, do you really want Trick back? Are you doing this for a storyline? Don't get to fucking with this man's emotions like this. But yeah, she's got somebody coming over. So then the doorbell rings, and then it's Jody Mama, y'all. I said, look at AJ. Y'all know AJ now is a fitness expert, a nutrition expert, a trainer. She does all of that now. Real strong. Just real extra strong. Maybe a little too strong. I guess AJ is there. Joy brought her in because she wants AJ to give Trick, some nutritional advice and try to. But the whole thing is, like I just said, Trick is one of them people that you cannot tell what to do. It really feels more like a counseling session between Joy and him, and trying to get Trick to say that he loved Joy. Joy was like, I love him, and then she was like, well, go on and say it, Trick. And he was like, not wanting to say. I was just like, oh my God, do we have to really have a 5-minute? Now, a 5-minute scene is a long time on Love and Hip Hop. It's just like, we didn't need all of this. It was uncomfortable. I was like, am I going to have to change the channel? Like, what is happening here? At some point, he says that Joy hurt him, and she's the only person in his life. Nigga shit. Niggas always want to rewrite history when they want to try to get you back, then all of a sudden you did shit. They've been out there running the fuck amok for 20 damn years, but all of a sudden you the one. So Joy claims that she just wants him to take care of his health, and AJ keep on saying, but why are you so concerned? Why are you in it? Because he has kids and he needs to be here for his kids and all of this. And AJ keep on asking her. Joy don't want to flat out say she want to be with Trick, but Trick say that he do want more. So at least he's saying what he wants. I guess he's trying to come around to it, but I was just like, oh, enough of this. Okay, you guys, so then we jump over to Sookie, and we see her out with her kids and was it her grandmother? I think it was her grandmother. They are out. celebrating one of her kids' birthday. You guys know that Sookie doesn't have it. The grandmother is actually the one who watches the babies for her while she's out here trying to get to this money. I guess that's the new rapper thing to do. You leave your children with the family members and then you go and try to get to this bag. I mean, I guess, child. The kids want to be with her. They want to move to Miami. She says that, you know, her lifestyle right now doesn't allow it, but, you know, she's trying to make this money for them so that they can all be together soon. And the kids seem pretty adjusted. They used to being with Granny. So, you know, even though they would like to be with their mama, you know, maybe Granny gives them more stability right now and they good with that. Hood Brat finally meets with Kenny. She tells him that we need to take a break because she feels like he has a problem being honest. And he says, yeah, you know, at first he didn't see what the big deal was, but when he really sat and thought about it, you know, maybe he should have been more honest with, you know, what was going on. But their marriage is just on paper. You know, they not actively married or trying to be together. She was just like, listen, Kenny, I'm gonna have to tell you something here. I don't really date people. Okay, I don't open myself up to a lot of people. I'm trying to get this money for my niece and nephew. You know, I got a lot going on in my life and my career is number one. Okay, you were supposed to be my strength. You were supposed to be the one that I can come home to, make me feel good, make me laugh. Okay, and for the most part, he was doing that. Okay, until she had to find out this shit. And that just kind of messed everything up. So she really feel like she can't trust him right now. And I was glad that she was not really trying to give him a break on this. Okay, of course, he goes on and says how, you know, he knows she right and he's sorry about that and it's never going to happen again. I said, again, she just said that we breaking up, but let him tell it. He act like they still together, okay? Like he was going to have another chance. And then she sounded like she got, you know, the Jedi mind tricked into it, you know, when he said it wouldn't happen again. She was like, let's hope it doesn't. And I was just like, well, does that mean y'all back together or not? Now let's jump over to Prima Donna. So Prima Donna and Miami Tip are hanging out. And they're talking about Amara La Negra. Prima Donna says she don't really even know what the problem is with Amara La Negra because she just brought Ann around and the only thing that Ann said was, do he have a job? And she don't really, I said, Ann said way more than that, Prima Donna. Now, you know, you're going to sit here and Miami Tip was like, well, when I talked to her, you know, the story was a little different. So then we see a clip, a flashback, and Amara La Negra is telling Tip exactly what Prima Donna did and why she had a problem with it. Prima Donna say that she just mad because I told her what was what with, you know, her nigga. And ain't nobody told her to get to the house and get the who banging and starting this big ass fight with him and kicking him out and all of that. But well, what did you want from it? See, this is the whole thing. When I was telling you guys before, I was just like, that shit wasn't cool for Prima Donna to just feel like Annie needed to come down there and tell us. I'm like, no bitch can come and tell me about my man. Okay, and you guys was like, oh no, you know, Prima Donna was just looking out for her. And I was just like, no, that's not the whole point that I'm trying to make. Child, we got so much going on in my neighborhood. What is all these people? I shouldn't be facing the street. Shit, there's too many distractions. I didn't like that. And then the fact that Amara La Negra just took it and ran with it instead of going home and just talking to MJ about it. Yeah, she didn't really want to be with him, obviously. She was looking for a way out, like Prima Donna said, and she used that opportunity and then afterwards got to feeling bad about it. So then she decided to get even more mad at Prima Donna, okay, for what she did. But ain't nobody told you to do all of that. Okay, Prima Donna said that Amara La Negra is playing the victim as usual. I said, well, that's what Amara, now that's what she does best. She's done it every season. Isn't it funny, though, that Prima Donna has moved on from Jocelyn Hernandez now that she's not on the show really anymore, to Amara La Negra? Like, you just needed somebody to fight with. Now, let's jump over to this lunch party that Trick and Trina are having. So they got the radio show, and they are going to celebrate with a big party. The entire cast there. So this is like the rap party, if you ask me. Everybody is dressed up in their finest duds. And, yeah, Trick gets up there. Thanks, everybody, for coming. Thanks, everybody, for being supportive. Thanks, the radio people, for having faith in him and Trina. You know, Trina gets up there, does the same. Tells everybody that that she's back on track, you know, even with the death of her mom. And now she's decided to put her album back out. So that's out right now. So everything is looking up for them. Bucky and her hair, she goes over to Prima Donna and she was just like, can I just talk to you for a second? Prima Donna was like, sure. So they go off and walk over to the side, and Bucky and her hair was just like, you know, I just wanted to talk to you, you know, because, you know, what's going on with Amada La Negra and my brother, you know, I just didn't understand why you would bring Ann from so long ago to come and talk to Amara about what was going on. Prima Donna said, look, I was trying to help Amada La Negra, okay? She took that shit and blew it way out of proportion and then tried to use Annie as a scapegoat. She wants a baller, not MJ. Okay, so she went over there and blew up her own spot and then, you know, regretted it later. That's not on me. Bucky and her hair was like, look, I really only care about my brother, okay? And he's hurting right now. And Prima Donna was like, well, you need to talk to Amada about that, okay? Because Prima Donna can't see why we didn't I said, girl, you done started all this mess. Even though Amada shouldn't have done what she did, you should have approached this situation totally different too. So now Bucky and her hair was like, well, let me go over here and talk to Amada La Negra. So she asked Amada La Negra, like, what's going on with you guys? You know, my brother comes over to my house. He's pouring his heart out to me about y'all. Okay. Bucky and her hair said, look, my brother was not rich. Amada La Negra knew that. Okay. Yeah, he's not balling like that, but he's okay to help around the house. He's okay to help her, you know, with Julian. He's okay to, you know, kind of help her with her career. He's okay to help her with the mama. He's okay to do all of that, but yet and still you drop him just because some shit that Annie came and told you, or Ann, whatever her name was. I know, I need to talk to him. And she said, yeah, you need to talk to him. If you want to move on, that's fine. But you know, don't be going off on him like that. Just say what it is so he can move on with his life. So Amada La Negra says, okay. We see Briscoe. He pulls Trick to the side and he tells Trick how him and Shello, you know, they working it out, you know, like the same song he been crying all season. You know, jail turned him around them 3 or 4 years, made him a new man, and he gonna be honest and true to Shello and all of this. Trick say he wished them the best. Okay, and then speaking of Trick, Joy is there. Joy pulls him to the side and she was like, look, see what I was talking about? You know, everybody wants you to win. I mean, you doing really good. You got your restaurant. You got your radio show. Okay, we on Love and Hip Hop Miami. We doing good now. And, you know, as long as you start to say you want to take care of yourself, you know, and keep doing the right thing, you know, maybe we could, you know, maybe talk about doing some things. I said, oh! Like I said, Joy, don't be fucking around with this man's emotions. Y'all don't be playing with this man. Now, it took a lot for him to finally open up, and don't be sitting up here trying to do this for no storyline. I hope you mean it. I was like, girl, I mean, you just, the heart what it wants, right? I mean, but I guess she been married to him before, so. So now she's saying that if we go to counseling, Joy and Trick might be getting back together. And I guess next season we're going to see these two trying to get back into that intimate relationship. I don't know if we ready for that. I don't know if I'm ready. So Amada La Negra is going over there to talk to MJ. Okay. She walks over there and she's like, MJ, can I talk to you for a second? Okay. But before she can really say anything, here come Prima Donna. Hey, hello. And Amada La Negra looks at her and rolls her eyes like, oh God. Like she want to come over here right when I'm about to start talking. So they start arguing back and forth. I guess Prima Donna ain't really got too much patience in her. So she go and correctly places a drink right in Amada La Negra's face. Throws that shit. That shit bounced back. All the little, you know, shimmering particles. It looked like she had sprayed some shit in her afro. That damn Amada La Negra snapped when that shit hit her face. She just looked and then she just tried to reach it. I said, see, that's what I'm talking about. When you can't fight, but you still, like, if a motherfucker spit in my face, I feel like I'm going to try to fight you, knowing that I can't fight. That was the same reaction that Amada La Negra. But tell me, why did Amada La Negra lose her accent? I'm sick of you bitches thinking that you can come for me. Ain't an accent nowhere. She called that motherfucker crunchy. She was like, this is my motherfucking show. I said, well, I don't know, but maybe, you know, when we talk to the prima donna, then it's definitely your show before her. Prima donna was just like, you don't want MJ? That's fine. You want a baller. You was around with Julian. You said that Julian tried to stick in your bed, but you didn't say that you was fucking Julian. I got receipts. I got proof. I said, oh, prima donna. Girl, no, you're not trying to blow up her spot like this. Of course, the crazy 88s is in there. Everybody is looking around. Trick and Trina and all of them was like, what is going on? That damn Amada tried to tear up that place. They trying to drag Amada like, I'm sick of these motherfuckers. Okay, fuck you, bitch. I said, girl. Oh, yeah, we lost that accent. Prima Donna's telling her, MJ, she a fraud. Oh, now you on MJ's side. Now, you tried to fuck shit up for MJ by bringing Annie around, but now all of a sudden you looking out for MJ. Prima Donna, you seem a little bit miserable. You just want to fuck somebody's shit up for no reason? That's what I was saying from the beginning. Like, what's she even in it for? And of course, MJ was like, no, I'm with my baby. At the end of the day, I'm with the woman that I love. MJ, shut up, because Amada got this, really. Prima Donna, she was just like, you know you want to suck my pussy? I said, oh, so vulgar. Okay, it's facing the place. Then tell me, why did Amada La Negra not do the V and do her tongue and flick it at her? I said, oh. Now, I've heard, who was that I just saw a video? Was it Alex saying that she gives him, you know, lesbian tease? I was like, now, I never got it, but she was doing that so well. I was like, now, Amada La Negra? I mean, it's fine if that's how you roll, but I never got that until I saw that little scene there. And then I was like, what's all this strong aggression about, you know, her wanting to suck her pussy? I said, now, what's going on here? Did some other shit happen behind the scenes that we ain't know about? Or is this prima donna just really trying to just act a fool on the very last episode? I said, okay, Amada La Negra, honey, you tried to hold your own in there. Okay, but she made it known this her motherfucking show. Oh, okay. And then, of course, you guys, the last final words. So Amada La Negra says she tired of people telling her how she should be. You know, she says that every fucking single season. Hood Brat said that she knows that her sister would be proud of her. You know, that she's only going up her career. You know, things is finally falling into place. So hopefully she'll be able to get her niece and nephew soon. Briscoe, of course, says Jill woke him up. You know, him and Shello and the family, they about to make this thing work. Trina said that everything was messed up at first, but now shit is lining back up. She's moving forward just like her mother would want her to do. Sookie says she's sacrificing, you know, her life as a mom, you know, just so she can get to the top. And she knows she gonna get there. Do you know how much power she got in Miami? I said, no, Sookie, but let us know, girl. And then lastly, we see that Joy says that, you know, Trick changing his life, you know, and seeing that he wants to fight makes her possibly want to work it out with him. Trick says that Joy has opened his eyes, all right, that he don't really know where their relationship is going, but it hasn't felt this good with anybody in a long time. That wraps up the season 3 of Love and Hip Hop Miami. All right, you guys, let me get off of here. And I'm going to have to write down somebody's license plate because something ain't right. Somebody been driving through here real slow, so I don't know what that's about. But anyway, you guys, let me get off of here. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is for itsrox, and everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Till next time, Roxstars. Bye.